Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Proper Take. It's Monday, the 25th of April. We're back after a weekend off on our YouTube channel anyway. If you do want to see our picks, contact us on our Instagram at The Vegas Underdog or email us at thevegasunderdog@gmail.com. We do have packages going on all the time. We're constantly playing games. We just don't have the time to come on here and film the video because the games start earlier on the weekends. But let's get into today's games, shall we? So let's start off with the NBA. We got 3 games in the NBA today. Starting first game off is the Celtics versus the Nets. Obviously, the Nets are trying to avoid a sweep. They're down 3-0 in this game. Ben Simmons ruled out again, so he won't be back for this one. Nets looked like they had the game last time at home, but the Celtics came back in that second half really strong. It's going to be hard for the Nets. I mean, listen, they're not winning the series, that's clear. But it's going to be hard, I think, to stay away from the sweep. I think they could be the one team, which I think now they're the only team that could get swept. So they could be that one team that gets swept in the first round. Then we're going to go over to the Raptors against the 76ers. Obviously, the Raptors stopped themselves from getting swept. They won the last game in Toronto, 3-1 in that series. 76ers are up. 76ers do have Thibault back today, and Raptors are missing Van Vliet. At +8, though, I still like the Raptors to cover a spread. But not sure if that's going to be our top pick there today yet. And then we've got the Utah Jazz versus the Mavs. So this is going to be the first game back in Dallas with Luka Doncic starting. They are at 2-2 in that game. Mavs just losing by 1 point in Utah on that Luka Doncic start. So this one will be a tough game for the Jazz, I feel. It's going to be a tough game for the Jazz. So we'll see what we think of that one when it comes down to the picks. Moving on to baseball. First game up is going to be the Giants at the Brewers. Corbin Burns pitching for the Brewers, who started really well. 1 game, 1 win with 2.37 ERA, but Sam Long's also started really well. He's got a 0 ERA, but no wins under his belt. So that will be an interesting game. Bruins are -200 favorites, which I think is quite a lot, considering that they haven't really found their form on the batting side. And then you got the Rockies at the Phillies. They have played already. They already had a series this season with the Rockies taking it 2-1. So this one is going to be one that the Phillies are going to want to win for sure. Freeland pitching for the Phillies, for the Rockies, who's not really been a great pitcher for them as far as his ERA goes. And then Kyle Gibson, who I really like, is pitching for the Phillies. So that should be a good one there. Then you got the Red Sox at the Blue Jays. Again, this series has already happened this season with the Blue Jays taking it 2-1 in Boston. Jose Berrios pitching for the Blue Jays, who, he's one of those pitchers that if he's on his game, he's going to have a lights out game. If not, hitters seem to see a lot of the balls coming from him. So, and then Nathan Eovaldi is pitching for the Red Sox. And then you got the Mets at the Cardinals. Max Scherzer against Miles Mikolas. Both have had a great start to the season. Then we have the Astros against the Rangers. Valdez pitching against Dunning in Texas. For like Astros kind of like in need of getting back to winning ways. And then you got the Guardians against the Angels after the Guardians went 0-3 against the Yankees in that crazy matchup over there where they had all the drama on the field. Shane Bieber pitching, though, for the Guardians and Michael Lorenzen pitching for the Angels. Michael Lorenzen finally getting his opportunity as being a starting pitcher over Cincinnati Reds. He was pretty much a bullpen pitcher for the most part. And then you got the Dodgers against the Diamondbacks. Walker Buehler against Merrill Kelly. Merrill Kelly's had a great start to the year. Walker Buehler's had an average start to the year for a Dodgers pitcher. So we'll see if Diamondbacks could pull off an upset and get one there, because that might be their only chance of winning in the series with the pitching matchups they've got coming up. So let's get straight to our picks of the day. We're also going to have one in NHL, even though we haven't talked about it. There is only one game in NHL, and that is the Chicago Blackhawks versus the Philadelphia Flyers. We will be taking the Blackhawks money line in that game. They're minus 130. So we'll be taking the Blackhawks money line against the Flyers. In basketball, we will be taking the Mavericks minus 2 against the Utah Jazz as our top pick in NBA. And in baseball, we're going to be taking the Phillies against the Rockies money line. So we're going to take the Phillies money line in baseball, Blackhawks money line in NHL, and Mavericks minus 2 against the Utah Jazz in NBA. Don't forget to like this video down below and click the subscribe button. Like I said, as always, it means that we can keep creating these videos for free, as we don't have to charge people for our picks if we have the views on YouTube. So we'll catch you tomorrow, and let's go 3-0 today.